Well, with the new year underway, a slew of changes coming to Kentucky's tax system are also in the works. Effective January the 1st, over 30 new service categories are now subject to a 6% sales tax. So, probably wondering, what does that mean for you? Well, we are joined by Mark Lamkin with Lamkin Wealth Management to break it all down. Let me begin by saying it's been a long night for you, a long couple of nights.
It has been.
And I know you have some big news, but we have a special gift for you. When I show this, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Mark Lamkin.
Look at that.
Mark Lamkin
Poppy.
is a grandpa again.
Notice it's pink, so that's two granddaughters.
Two granddaughters.
Look at that.
So
Thank
I'll let you
you.
share the great news. And
it's got WHS 11
well,
on
she's
it.
our little reporter in action.
Cute. I love it.
Isn't that sweet?
She's going to be the new Naila Spencer. Thank you so much.
So what's her name? And tell us.
So her name is Millie Bean. Not really. Miller
so
Ann.
Sweet. Millie
Just
Bean.
for Sydney gave birth. She's both in perfect health. 8 pounds, 12 ounces, 19
wonderful.
inches long. We have two granddaughters, Zach, Josh. Give me a grandson. We've got estrogen everywhere in this house. But she's so sweet and beautiful.
I know you guys are super excited.
Oh, we are.
I bet Jennifer's over the moon.
Jennifer and I both. Jennifer was there with her, with Josh, and Poppy happily stayed in the waiting room and stayed out of the way.
Well, we're just glad you got a little bit of sleep so you could talk to us about this, because I mentioned this to you actually a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about topics. And it's like, this is a very big deal. This is like the first time this many services get this kind of a tax.
35.
And you're going to notice it. And this all came with what House Bill 8 kind of brought this all in.
Right. So the whole goal of this is, if you look at the states around us, income taxes are lower. And if you look at Florida, Tennessee, they've had a migration. Look at Nashville versus Louisville.
Yeah.
There's been 4 million more people moved to Nashville than Louisville, Kentucky since 1940, and it's because of no state income taxes. So modernization of this has taken it down from 5 to 4.5, and we're taxing these services on consumption, not production.
Yeah.
So each time we hit a threshold, we'll go down another 0.5%, another 0.5%, to eventually the goal is we have more people moving here and it goes to 0. But with that comes some pain.
Yeah.
Fitness training.
I was going to say,
spa.
like,
I mean,
these are areas, like, I remember seeing, like, the past year or so already, like, my gym charging me. But the chiropractor, the med spa for ladies to get Botox filler, all those places.
Web hosting. I mean, it goes on and on. Photography, wedding, family portraits, art.
Interior
it goes down
decorating,
to, like,
design.
Fixing shoes, fixing watches. Yes. One that I started laughing at, it's like bodyguarding. I'm like, who does that in Kentucky? But nonetheless,
Don't you have one?
Yes.
Of course you do.
35 new taxes. And it is designed from the wealthy perspective. The wealthy typically spends more.
Yeah.
So in theory, they're going to be taxed more. So it's supposed to be revenue neutral, but we'll see how that works. And the funny thing is I researched this, in a couple of states that's done this, it's worked, but a couple it hasn't. So this is a big test for Kentuckians over the next 2 to 3 years. We had to do something to get our income, our state incomes lower, but I mean, this does cut a lot of tax revenue.
It certainly does. And I mean, then in turn, these businesses have to pay more in their state taxes as well. And for the most part, these are ones that they bring in a lot of money.
They do.
I mean, there's a med spa on every corner.
It is.
And a chiropractor.
And let's face it, it's going to be passed to you and I. As a business owner, I can't absorb if I'm getting a 12 or 13% margin, I can't take 6% off that. So it's going to be passed to eventually the consumer. So it's a big change, but we did need some tax overhaul.
Yeah.
So
it's the
big
start.
Question is this the way to do it? I'm not, nobody's sure yet, but we'll see.
Is there anything else coming down the road, like other things that could get taxed that you're kind of hearing rumblings on?
I think eventually you're going to start seeing everything taxed. You know, Europe has something called the VAT tax, the value-added tax, because they wanted their income tax. So basically, anything you spend money on had a tax on it, and that means food. That means the eggs that are up 50%. That means.
Don't start on the
eggs.
eggs.
If these 35 services don't offset this 1.5 shortfall, you're going to see a lot more things taxed in Kentucky because we don't have a choice, and it will happen if this continues to go down. So this is the biggest change in probably 3 decades on our tax code. So
I've noticed
we'll see what happens.
I've already noticed it when I would get bills for certain things that I normally didn't have a tax on. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And I'm like, oh, that's one of them.
We'll see what happens.
So congratulations once again.
Oh, thank you so much.
We're so happy for you.
How can you not love that?
Take a picture with Millie Bean in her
I will. I'll make sure that I
onesie.
send this to you guys because it'll be perfect. And she's perfect. She really is.
Can't wait to see more pictures. Mark,
Thank you.
To get in touch with Mark, make your first appointment. Just go to lamkinwealth.com.